What happens when electrical signals in the brain start firing out of control? Thoughts are interrupted, the body shakes, and you might lose consciousness. That's a seizure. Epilepsy is a chronic neurological disorder characterized by these unprovoked seizures. But there is a key to stopping these dangerous seizures, a neurotransmitter that acts as the brain's brake. GABA. Among the many neurotransmitters, GABA quietly and steadily maintains the brain's overall balance. Like a double bass tuning an orchestra, it may not stand out, but without it, everything falls apart. GABA, or gamma-aminobutyric acid, is the brain's most important inhibitory neurotransmitter. It is synthesized from glutamate by the enzyme glutamic acid decarboxylase, or GAD. GABA acts on two main types of receptors. The GABA-A receptor is ionotropic. When GABA binds, chloride ions flow into the neuron, causing hyperpolarization and making it less likely to fire. The GABA-B receptor is a GPCR that produces slower, longer-lasting inhibition by allowing potassium to exit the neuron or blocking calcium entry. In this way, GABA plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance between excitation and inhibition in the brain. But what happens if this balance is lost? In the brains of people with epilepsy, GABA's action is weakened. It may be broken down too quickly, or it may not be transmitted properly. For example, mutations in the SLC6A1 gene can damage the GABA reuptake transporter GAT1, disrupting GABA levels outside the synapse and impairing tonic inhibition. Also, overactivity of the GABA degrading enzyme GABA-T can rapidly deplete GABA, weakening inhibition and increasing seizure risk. Another critical aspect is how GABA is released and how receptors are expressed on the cell membrane. GABA is stored in synaptic vesicles and released into the synaptic cleft via the snare complex. If these proteins malfunction, GABA release becomes abnormal, leading to insufficient inhibitory signals and potential seizures. Released GABA binds to GABA-A receptors, which are ion channels composed of alpha, beta, and gamma subunits. Chloride ion influx through these receptors hyperpolarizes the neuron, suppressing excitation. For proper synaptic localization of these receptors, the scaffolding protein gabapentine is essential. Mutations in the GPHN or GABA-R genes can reduce receptor numbers or mislocalize them, contributing to epilepsy. So, how do we treat this? By aiming to restore the GABAergic system. For example, vigabatrin irreversibly inhibits GABA-T, preventing GABA breakdown and increasing its levels in the synapse. Tiagabin inhibits GAT1, allowing GABA to stay longer in the synapse and prolonging its inhibitory action. Benzodiazepines bind to GABA-A receptors and amplify GABA's effects, helping to prevent seizures. All these drugs target GABA to restore lost inhibitory function. Furthermore, drugs like pentobarbital, neurosteroids, and spripanol act as positive allosteric modulators of the GABA-A receptor, amplifying chloride ion influx and strengthening inhibitory effects. Additionally, levetiracetam and brivaracetam target the synaptic vesicle protein SV2A, stabilizing GABA release itself to help prevent seizures. However, current therapeutic strategies are not universally effective. While medications can modulate the GABAergic system to suppress seizures, they cannot fully eliminate the root cause or reconfigure aberrant neural circuits. Additionally, generic variability, differences in brain circuitry, and individual drug responses make it challenging to predict efficacy, and off-target interactions can cause side effects. Epilepsy is not a simple disease. It's a condition where the brain's balance between excitation and inhibition is lost, leading to repeated seizures without warning. Dysfunction of the GABAergic system is both a cause of the disease and a target for treatment. By regulating GABA synthesis, breakdown, receptor response, and reuptake, we can help restore brain stability and treat seizures. GABA, the brain's brake. This tiny molecule is responsible for keeping peace throughout the brain. Thank you.